Welcome everyone. Okay, welcome to the podcast for this week. Sincere apologies. Last week we couldn't record. That was due to me, man. Man was very tired last week. But we're back again. We apologize for recording, but this week we're about to cover as much as possible. My name is Ubong, and you're welcome to the Unknown Podcasts. And on the podcast tonight, I've got Mario and I've got Chris. You guys should introduce yourself.
I'm Mario. It's lovely to be here. I'm also sorry we couldn't record last week due to one or two, but we are here for you guys. We are here for you. Over to you, Chris.
Yeah, it's Chris Bloom. Hopefully we make this week's recording a lot more exciting to make up for the previous week. So yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, okay. Thank you very much, guys. And it was a weekend. It was a weekend filled with a lot of football action packed here and there. So let's just start. Mario, how was your week? Were the odds in your favor this week?
Wow. The odds were not in my favor, but it was a wonderful week. We had an amazing comeback, and the shocking of all of them all was the Arsenal game. I think Arteta is building the team. Is doing a great work in Arsenal currently. I think the financial backing in the summer was nice, including Declan Rice to the team. I think Declan Rice is the one that transformed the team currently.
I feel like Declan Rice. Don't get to the analysis yet. We're still gonna get there. So, Chris, how was your weekend?
It was topsy-turvy. My feelings were all over the place. I actually was so pissed that I exited the game. Like, I stopped watching the game. And then Charles was telling me about the goals when they were coming in, and I had to just come in for the second goal. And I watched it and I was like, okay, all right, not bad. But it was mixed feelings. It was
well for me it was a great weekend, and I also witnessed the United comeback, and it was good being around the stadium at that point in time, because you could see United fans pausing. Like, when the second goal came in, apparently some fans were already leaving at that point in time, but when they scored, like, because once you come out of the stadium you can't go back in. Yeah, so I'd say for me my weekend was great. There were, like I said, there were a lot of emotions, and for Sunday I was sitting down with somebody in church, and he was putting on an Arsenal jersey, and I was like, are you sure you guys are going to win today? And I was like, yeah, sure, we're going to win. And I was like, okay, because I wasn't expecting anything. I was just like going into the game like, if we get, but I just had that feeling that if there was going to be a time for Arsenal to nick the victory, it had to be this game, and it was a good one that it turned out that way. So yeah, so that was the week. So we're just gonna run straight into the week, into the weekend, and it was a weekend of late wins, and that's the title of this podcast, late wins. We had madness at Old Trafford, and we had madness at the Emirates Stadium. So let's start from. So my question is, because most times when you have these late wins, it might go two ways. You might say the team has got a strong mentality, but at times it just tell you that you're not going to be every time. You're not going to be lucky to get those late wins. And this is a straight question. Do you think with this victory, it could be a turning point for United for their season? Could it just be that turning point for United this season? Chris?
Yeah, most def. So the spirit is high. The entire result, has to be very lifting. I mean, we've had a couple of players, Maguire, Domine, even Deghang, as they've come out and said, this has to be the turning point. We all feel it. We all, anticipate that this would be the turning point. And secondly, because we have 2 weeks international break, and then we expect some of our top players to come back. We expect Wan-Bissaka to be back. Hopefully, we expect Kobe Mainoo to be back. We expect more guys to come in, and so we probably would have the team that we know, and then we can go ahead and win the league. Well, yeah. It's amazing to be in such bad form and be only 6 points behind Man City. It means we're not entirely off track. We just have to find ourselves, and hopefully this FERGIE time win is just what we need, to make that jump.
So I just had to run through United next fixture. You're going away to Sheffield United.
Okay.
Then midweek you welcome Copenhagen in the UEFA Champions League, and that same week, the last weekend, you're welcoming your neighbors, the City. So this is like so I would say after the international break, it looks more like a very easy run aside the City game. Mario,
including the City game, actually. Including
the City game.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 wins back to back.
3 wins back to back. You want to pay for the loss that you had back to back. For 3 wins back to back.
The reason I'm saying that is City has not been in top, gear in the last 3 games.
Obviously, Rodri's absence is causing a lot of issues for
Guardiola. So it's amazing to, it's a nice time for us to play them. And hopefully we can also add to their woes.
Rodri will be back before the
United. So with or without Rodri, it's the entire team dynamics. The entire team dynamics is not entirely nice at the moment, and so hopefully we can capitalize on that.
And God help you, Rodri is going to be back. God help you, De Bruyne returns back for that game also. But it's a derby, so it could go anyway. It's a derby, so it could read that split.
It's an emotional game, and so it's going to be who has more passion that would, cling to victory.
Mario.
Haaland has been in the dugouts. It's been difficult for him to find a goal. He's been in goal drought. So hopefully that continues.
Rodri returns for their next game against Brighton. Wow. Interesting. Mario, what do you think about the United game? Just share with me your thoughts. What do you think?
Do we still have Mario on here?
Mario, are you here?
Check out your audio.
I'm here. I'm with you guys.
Mario, so I was saying, what do you think about the United game? Do you think this win against Brentford would actually be the turning point for United season?
Yes, definitely. That's the turning point for United, because you can see the team going to the international break with high spirits, coming back with also high spirits, and they know that they need this victory against Sheffield and Copenhagen, because we already lost 2 games in the Champions League. We can't afford to lose any other game in the Champions League if we are to qualify. So Tengam already, the players knows what they have to do, and the coach already knows what to do. I think this will be the turning point for us. This is the turning point. The City game, I think United is going to win that game. If we are meeting them Old Trafford or Etihad Stadium, anywhere we are going to meet City that day, is a straight win for United, because the team team spirit that United have, I think, is top gear.
Okay. Top gear. I like the way you guys are cooking. I like the way you're cooking. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Man City United. What do you think? What do you think will be the score? You're already tipping United for the win already. So what do you think will be the score?
For me, the score, I think it will be 1-0. 1-0 United.
Chris, how about you?
So, our guy at the back, Onana, Will definitely concede a goal. No doubt. I don't think he will keep a clean sheet in that game. And so I would go for 3-1. 3 because there would be, some refereeing issues in that game, and hopefully it's to our favor. And then,
hopefully.
we'll claim to victory 3-1.
Okay, for me, saying that City will be welcoming back some of their powerhouses back, I would go for a 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw. Yeah.
That's a lot of goals.
I'll go for a 2-2 draw.
Banana, considering a lot of goals.
United cannot defend to save their lives. And it's a derby, so City would also concede like at Old Trafford again, so it could literally go anyway. So that's what I'm saying. I would go for a 2-2 draw for it. For me, I just feel, we could say United they've had a series their own fair share of injuries and all, but with Ten Hag experimenting with the Amrabat playing left back in that team, that shit is not going to work every day and 2 times on a Sunday. It's not going to work.
I think he has stopped that though. I think he has realized that.
And the only reason why he reverted back to normal formation was because Casemiro was suspended, was not going to play that game. Because if Casemiro was going to play that game, I'm still sure that Ten Hag will still go with that thing of. When I saw the formation, I was like, Evans and Maguire. Ten Hag already made that point that he was not going to play both of them together again after the Arsenal game. But never say never. Injuries can actually twist your hands and you would go.
Yeah, I love what Ten Hag did in the Brentford game for him to start Maguire and Evans. Everybody have been criticizing Maguire and Evans.
I think we only love it because it worked.
No. Everybody have been criticizing Maguire and Evans. We all know that. And the Varane and co that have been playing and Lindelof have not been delivering. United have been conceiving goals due to error and so many other things. For me, I would have loved him to start Maguire also our next game.
Oh, okay.
Maguire, you have been criticizing. Give him a chance now. The people you have been giving chance, they have not been performing.
It's not so much variation.
I don't feel Maguire and Evans are the kind of defenders you want to bank.
They are not.
Definitely they are not.
Yeah,
I know that.
No.
But the current situation, if you watch the way United season turned around as of last season, we lost the first game to Brighton, lost the second game to Brentford. What the coach did, he did an experiment with the players. He was starting Ronaldo, of which we know. He benched Ronaldo and started Rashford playing number 9. Those are the things that worked for him as of last season. So we playing Varane and Lindelof not working. Lindelof is too sluggish and lazy for my liking. If you watch the likes of
So I think Ten Hag has seen that there's some sort of balance, in defense when he has Evans playing. The Carabao Cup fixture where we played Crystal Palace, we had that control. That's even the most recent game where we had a clean sheet. We had that control at the back. And the same thing was true in the game against Brentford. We considered a very silly goal, as always. But that control at the back was there, We for most part of the game, we had total control of the game. It was just difficult to put the ball on the back of the net. And so it was nice to see Dominic, come in and bring that fire. I mean, Dominic has been trash in previous fixtures.
Because you've been calling for that man, I'm like, okay. Wow, after the 2 games where like, can you see yourself? Can you see what you've been calling for?
Well, it's this moment that matters the most. It's this moment, taking this moment that's key. Knowing that there's really not much safe net anymore. Just go all out, just play, enjoy the game and just play. And that's what he did, and he was rewarded for his efforts. I mean, his runs were amazing, his positioning, his finishing, top notch. That guy should be a forward. Should be a forward.
We'll spend the last 12 minutes discussing about Manchester United.
As we should.
This is not the United podcast or a United fan podcast. A quick one, please. I'm just gonna move straight and talk about Chelsea. And for Chelsea, you can see what one victory can do to the confidence of a team after their last game. What do you guys think Poch is cooking at Stamford Bridge? Because for this game, they seem to be playing with quite a lot of confidence. You might say it's Burnley, unexpected. Chelsea expected to beat them, but playing with that sort of confidence, and Sterling seems to be running the show on the left flank. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is a blip, or it's just a shining light, or do you think Chelsea are really back? Because Chelsea's next game is against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. So what do you guys think? So after the international break, it's going to be against Arsenal. So what do you think? Do you guys think Chelsea, they've turned the corner, or they are just flattering to deceive us at this point in time?
Is Mario there? Or should I go? Mario, are you there?
Please just go ahead. Mario,
okay. So, I don't think they're cooking anything, actually. I don't think there's anything they're cooking. I think they have just had, some sort of chemistry that's building in the team. And so it's easier for them now to, go on the pitch and display. Because individually, they're not terrible players, right?
They're good players.
They're good players. And so, I think they're just beginning to click. And they've had the fortune of, easy fixtures. It's not like Burnley has been a perfect team, And so that has, given them time to click and display. And the 4-1 win against Burnley was, it was all right, but it wasn't. I don't think any Chelsea fan should be elated about it.
But if if you have the opportunity to use the smaller teams to build your confidence, I feel you should take it and win them.
Yeah, I mean, they went 1 goal behind and they came back from that, to score 4. It's amazing. It's, it's nice. We give them all the props, but they shouldn't get too excited,
Mario, what do you think?
For me, I think it's a good run for Chelsea. The same thing I urged Tengan to do is what Pochettino did. If you watch the game, Pochettino started Broja, Palmer, and Mudryk, the Fulham game. It worked for him. And he did that also. The only changes was that he brought in Sterling instead of Mudryk. So you stick to what's working for you. So you play Palmer, you play Broja, and you play Sterling. You stick to what's working for you. And right now, it's working for them. I think you should also stick with the same players that got the job done for him.
Yeah, it's working for them until they go and face Arsenal in their next game. And then they receive like a 7-0 thrashing. And then we're back to square one.
I never knew a day like this would come where I was going to Stamford Bridge and I was saying, bring it on. Bring it on, I'm really licking my lips ready for that game because, not to be too overconfident because anything can happen with the London derby, but I'm so confident in this Arsenal team.
Bro, they just defeated Man City, and Man City were not even in the game. It wasn't like it was close. They were not in the game. They're in very high spirits. Chelsea would be trashing both halves, and they won't
No,
even
I
be
think
merciful.
I think Chelsea we have something in that game.
Like what?
Arsenal will not.
Definitely not a draw or a win.
Chelsea is getting a draw or a
Probably
win.
will be lesser goals.
He
Yeah,
is getting
probably
a
just
draw.
hold back.
Definitely
Chelsea is getting a draw or a win in that game.
Okay, Mario.
Who are right? Yes.
Mario, our advice: you don't stick on this, please.
No, you are writing
Remove
Chelsea.
this from your game.
You are writing Chelsea off.
I've written
That's
Chelsea a long time ago. Not with this
Yes.
team.
Yes, the underdogs always do something. Don't write
Where?
Chelsea off. That is also a big team.
Just a big team where? Okay.
I think we already agreed Chelsea would not be making top 6 this season.
Yeah.
So it's games like this that define, their position on the table.
Okay.
So yeah.
I also agree with you. Chelsea might not make top 6, but I think bigger teams will find it difficult to defeat Chelsea. Just mark my word. You tell me.
Just what they did against Liverpool. Is that what you think?
You see that day they will play a different ball game. You haven't seen Chelsea play for a long time. The old Chelsea will come on them. Come on.
Mario, is there something you know that we don't know?
No. It's just my prediction. It's just my own personality.
Yeah,
that's the way I am. That's my prediction.
Yeah, like I said, it's a big game regardless of Chelsea's form.
Yes.
It's a big game.
The Arsenal game, so many people wrote Arsenal off. They say City will win with or without De Bruyne, this. And if you watch the game, City didn't even play more than Arsenal. I think you say that is the luck or something like that.
You know what I think?
Yeah.
And it's controversial. I think Pep threw that game. This is not to Arsenal's efforts or whatnot, but I think Pep threw that game.
How was it tactical formation? Because from
the
where
tactics was mad. It wasn't Pep like, right? When I saw the squad,
because
I was what? I was like, what? This is an Arsenal without what's his name, Saka. So I expected the squad to be, the usual bunch. I mean, I saw Doku wasn't playing.
Yeah, Doku was not starting because
I also expected Doku to start that game. I expected Doku to start the game.
I felt like he just threw that game. He had Bernardo Silva playing CDM role in that game. He had the youngins coming in and playing. There was nothing happening in that midfield. It was a dead zone.
But even Doku, I feared Doku, but when he came in and he tried to beat Zinchenko the first time, he didn't get him. Pep moved him to the other side. And I think Pep moving him just freed up Arsenal's left wing, because that was what made Arteta push Tomiyasu up front. And that's what led to the goal. Because if he had not switched Doku to the other wing, I don't think Tomiyasu would play that high up. But when he switched him, nobody was attacking Tomiyasu anymore, basically. So he did not have to give him like a free will for him to push up front, and that's what led to the first goal. So I just feel it was, some people say it was a boring game, but it was just a game where the coaches were very, very tactical.
Yes, it was a game of chess.
It was like everybody was manning everybody's next move. Whenever Pep made a move, that was countering. After that made a move, Pep was countering it. That was what they were just doing in that game.
I think Pep just I mean, it was clear that Arsenal's weak link, was that was that right position. Like, it was clear. It was the Ben White. So a Doku there would have given the best fighting chance.
But Doku still went there and he didn't do much.
The only spark in the game was when Doku came in. That was the only spark in the game for City. They couldn't find Haaland half the time.
Doku did not complete one successful dribble in that game when he came on.
He did now.
With who?
It wasn't anything goal threatening, but he did. And he was fouled.
Okay.
He was getting
The
those
problem with
calls.
City, the problem with City, they are finding it difficult to create chances. If you watch the game, they are finding it difficult to create chances. They can't even get their striker in the game. There was no passes to Erling Haaland from either Kovacic, Phil Foden, or even Bernardo Silva. There was no passes to Haaland. And Haaland is a striker that he loves those one-on-one battle. Okay, let me battle with this defender. And he didn't get that. City really missed KDB in this game.
Because if you're playing with physical specimen like Saliba and Gabriel, you should expect that the game is gonna be very rough. If you're playing with Saliba, Saliba can be clean.
Yes. My point is that
Gabriel is gonna rough you all through.
Yes, they also played Alvarez. So Saliba and Gabriel has Haaland and Alvarez to worry about, not only Haaland. So you see how it is. So I wished De Bruyne was fit, and it has been another thing else, because
of course
they didn't need De Bruyne for this game. Truthfully, they did not. They just did not have anybody making forward passes.
The midfield was
impossible for Kovacic to make a forward pass. It was almost impossible for Rico Lewis, to make a forward pass. And so there was no ball distribution. So you would see Bernardo Silva coming back, to the midfield to play as a CDF to get the ball and then try to send the ball forward. And it wasn't clicking. I feel like forward passing players like Akanji would have made the squad. I mean, he would have made the squad. Stones would have come in early and run down midfield like he has been doing for a while now. So I feel like Pep maybe he overthought it, but he just literally just.
I don't like it because whenever Pep plays a game, we always say Pep overthinks.
No, what I'm saying is, I gave a disclaimer at the beginning. I said, this is not a shit on Arsenal and their effort, but I think, it's an Arsenal game. Pep would have put his best foot forward, and he didn't do that. So he felt like he was, throwing the game.
What's Pep's best foot or best scenario of who he would have played in this game?
Doku would have made the squad, no doubt.
Game, right?
Yes. Akanji would have been a better fit than what's his name, Ruben Diaz.
Yeah.
Rico Lewis shouldn't have played this game. It should have been Stones. So he has that collapsing 5 defenders and three defenders attacking formation. He has 3 defenders behind. Collapsing, he has 5.
The only thing I agree with you is Nico Lewis not playing and Stones playing ahead of him. Diaz, I would go with Diaz any day, anytime over Akanji. Because
Diaz is not a forward passing player.
Diaz gives you
you
need a leader in that defense. Why are you going to leave your defense to Ake to lead the defense?
For who now? Who is there now? Who is threatening? Nketiah?
So you don't even rate Nketiah. Can you imagine?
Okay, go fi handle him now. Akanji go fi handle him now. If it was the Gabriel Jesus, running point, I would say okay.
I need to respond with 2 goals at Old Trafford in return leg just to shame Chris.
That's much for Nketiah.
I need to respond to Chris with 2 goals. So I would say, regardless, you need a leader in that defense. Regardless of what we think, you need somebody who can marshal and lead the team. And KDB was not around, was not available for the game. Rodri was not available. You need someone of a leadership, someone of a leader to man the team forward. Yes, Kyle Walker was playing, but I still feel Diaz. The only thing is, I felt Nico Lewis should now start the game. Maybe John Stones in midfield because he's been playing in there and he's not been doing badly. He's been doing well.
He's been perfect.
I just said Pep should have just gone with John Stones, but regardless, Arteta really got the game management, the subs, he got everything spot on. Very rare of Arteta, like he really managed this game well. On some other days when would have been screaming, despite the early scare from Raya, but that's the package that comes with ball playing goalkeepers. I always say it's every game, every time. Ball playing goalkeepers would almost give you high BP. It comes with the package. It is follow come. You cannot see a keeper that uses his leg or uses his foot very well and does not have an error or two in him. He would always have it. So if you're buying a ball playing goalkeeper, just know that
that's it.
1 or 2 games he would make those errors with his leg. It is follow come. You can't change that fact. It will happen regardless of how it is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, correct. The way Onana did in Champions League.
it's a follow come. You can't even change that fact. So that's it. And how every match I tweeted something over the weekend, and I'm like, the past every match week, the referees have found a way, or VAR has found a way to be the center of attention, the center of discussion. Because I don't feel Kovacic should have been in that game, should have continued that first half. He shouldn't have gone in with the team during the halftime break. That tackle is similar to Curtis Jones' tackle that saw him earn a red card against Liverpool. But like we said, it's VAR. Every week, VAR will keep making the referee the topic of discussions. The referee will keep being there, and why it's not being talked about is because Arsenal won. If Arsenal had not won, it would have been the discussion of Kovacic should have gotten a red card.
Yeah, right. VAR should have sent Kovacic off the game because that was the second yellow card. I didn't see how. If it was Casemiro, I think they would have reviewed that. Yes,
reviewed. They reviewed this one.
If it was a United player, it would have been an easy decision to make.
I don't know why VAR is finding it difficult to make some correct decisions. As you can see, they are apologizing to Liverpool for the Diaz goal against Tottenham because it was a goal, not an offside. But VAR ruled their line and said it was an offside, of which it was not an offside.
They didn't even rule their line. The VAR did not. If you listen to the audio, they actually had not made a decision. They were discussing and asking if they're okay with this, and there was some sort of miscommunication, with the ref.
Yeah, it was just a miscommunication.
VAR, and the ref had, continued the game.
Okay, it's a goal, but the referee thought it was offside, and the referee once the referee starts the game, he can't stop the game and go back. So that was it. Because even VAR was saying we can't stop the game. I can't do anything.
Well, I think they might consider Klopp's request for a replay.
Nobody's considering that thing. Nobody's considering that shit.
International break will give them enough time to consider that.
Consider what? Do you know how many games will be replayed if this is replayed? Pep is just trying to wishful thinking. You want to know nobody's gonna call for a replay for that game. Nobody. So please, let's move forward. And you also know that one funny thing on Sunday in the APL, the rest of the games were all ended in a draw.
Yeah.
Aside the Arsenal game.
Was it 2-2, 1-1?
Yeah. Liverpool 2-2, West Ham Newcastle 2-2. Wolves Aston Villa 2-2. The Arsenal game, which was 1-0. I think that Sunday's game were evenly matched. Aside Liverpool, I expect Liverpool to beat Brighton regardless. But West Ham Newcastle, that was one hell of a game.
I think Brighton had a great outing though.
Yeah, but I thought Liverpool would have done enough to at least take the 3-point ball.
It just goes to show how unstable Liverpool are actually.
Yeah. Because like I said, I'm still not sure Liverpool can do the stretch of this season with the squad that they have. I don't feel they can do this season. Quickly, let's move to let's move to La Liga. What do you have to say about Jude? I know you can't every match game expect goals from him because he's a midfielder, but the boy just can't stop scoring. I expect him to be like score every week, but do you think Bellingham can break the odds and get 15 to 20 goals this season?
Yes, absolutely. He can do that. With the likes of Vini back, I think he can get more goals. Because if you watch Real Madrid, their main striker, which is just still don't score often, they even gave him a penalty.
Yeah, he
Stopped it off. Yes. Then Jude Bellingham gets in the right position at the right time. That's just the key. If you watch the Champions League game they played against Union Berlin, the 9-minute goal he had, it was just at the right time, at the right place. The right place at the right time, rather. So that's the key. He knows where to be to score the goal. And I love that. That's the one thing I loved from Chicharito. Yes.
Yeah, and I think this week, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid were the biggest winners. Because obviously, Barca dropped points, and that's like Madrid listed team, and Girona second place, 22 points. Barca 21 points, not far off. So
Barca,
Madrid,
19
points, fourth. So I wasn't expecting Barca to draw in that game. But when I saw they were losing 2-0, I was like, okay, is this gonna be another comeback like the previous match week? But it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. Quick one, who do you think is gonna win the La Liga this season? Mario, who do you think? Putting you on the spot straight, who's gonna win La Liga this season?
I think it's going to be Jude Bellingham and Real Madrid.
It's just going to be Jude Bellingham where you watch it.
It is. You know, and it will be amazing for them without a proper striker. You know, what they have going on for them right now is just that team spirit and passion for the game.
Yeah.
So they're playing to the very last minute. Everybody's focused. Everybody's in the game. You know, it almost seems like Bellingham is the striker in that team. Like, if you don't watch their games and you know you're not a football head or whatever, you would probably think that guy is the highest goal scorer right now, right? For Real Madrid.
Yes, for Real Madrid, yes.
And this is his first season in, so it's amazing to see. He probably will just lead them to the league title.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham is the highest goal scorer with 8 goals.
You can't write Barca off.
8 goals, followed by Morata. Morata has got 5 goals. Then Brian Martinez, 5 goals also. Joselu, 5 goals. Lewandowski, 5 goals. Then
you can't write Barcelona off this league. I'm telling you guys.
No doubt.
Honestly, you can't write them because Girona just placeholders. They're gonna drop off. Girona are never gonna sustain that.
But the way Girona are playing now, they can make a Champions League. Yes, they can make the Champions League.
Which league? Bro, don't drink. You drink too much, Mario. You drink too much, man. This guy's
okay, let's go. Come on, the year Leicester City won the league in the EPL. Nobody believed it. We all thought it was a fluke.
This is not EPL. This is La Liga.
We thought it was a fluke.
Who do you think they would lose the spot to?
They are behind them. They're behind them already. Barcelona and also Madrid are there.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying the Champions League position. Yes, they can make a top 4.
Well,
I mean, I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody who's giving them, a run for their money. Villarreal has fallen off
So the only
Athletic
team,
Club cannot even hold that position still. So
I think the strong team there is Real Sociedad. That's the team that I think. But I don't think Girona can sustain this. Yes, they've got good records. 19 goals scored, 11 considered. Pretty impressive for a team as Girona. But I don't see them holding this spot down. I don't see them. They've had decent wins.
if they maintain a top 4 halfway into the season, then it's definitely a possibility.
They've not played. Okay, the only serious team they've played here is Real Sociedad and Real Madrid. Real Madrid trashed them. Real Sociedad, they played 1-1 draw. Sevilla is like a relegation team. Can't even count Sevilla among the top team these days. You
realize that those two you just mentioned are the only times they've dropped points.
Yeah,
in 9 games played.
Real Madrid and Sociedad.
Please don't mention Sevilla. Please don't mention Sevilla. Sevilla.
I can't mention Sevilla.
Sevilla was there.
They sacked their manager too, though.
You know what Sevilla did?
Today.
My game, I played the running ticket as of, was it Friday or Saturday? Yes, Saturday. To win 44,000 twice, 2 places. Sevilla just scattered everything. Like
Sevilla's not a team to
I had a late win from AC Milan, and I was glad that Sevilla can do it.
Yeah, Milan. Don't worry, we're gonna come to Milan. But I still feel Girona just placeholder.
I feel Girona might make a top 4 because they are playing the best football in their entire history currently. They are having fun. The players, they are expressing themselves. I think they'll come up with something. If not the Champions League spot, I think they'll make the Europa League squad and Europa League list, and it will be a big boost for the team. The Girona that normally battles for relegation, now making it to the Champions League or the Europa League, it will be a real bonus for the team.
You guys think Real Madrid will be in the market for a striker in January, or they'll just make do with Rossello?
I think they will be in the market.
Yeah.
I think they will be in the market.
There might not be much for them to buy though. But
yeah, it all depends. For me, it all depends on
depends on what? I think we've lost you again. Your audio is out.
I can hear you guys now.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I said if they're having, it depends on the outcome. If they're having injury crisis towards the window, if Real Madrid is not having any injury crisis, I don't think they will get any player. They will stick with what they have.
But there's no backup for him.
Probably in the summer, they will get a striker. In the summer.
Well, let's see how it goes though. So I feel like at some point that would make or mar their season.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, so just moving on to other things that happened. What do you think? So somebody was cracking a joke over the weekend and said, "Man you, won't you guys go and sign Olivier Giroud if Onana is conceding?"
You just have to move on. You couldn't just let that go. You have to.
I think this is a perfect opportunity for United to get a proven number one.
Yes.
So wouldn't you consider going for Olivier Giroud? Giroud made a fantastic save. Like he literally ended them with 3 points. So don't you think it's a time for?
I think Peter Schmeichel said it best. You know, when he said Onana is under severe pressure. Like he didn't realize or he didn't expect the kind of pressure he's having now, you know, playing for United.
Yes,
he felt it was something he can handle, but it's a different type of pressure playing for United. It's a different type of pressure. Those little
this
things
also
that you
happened to
would
me
do
here.
anywhere else, and nobody would pick on it. In United, it would become the headline of the next day's newspaper. And so he's not handling the pressure well. The mistakes he's making is due to the pressure and nothing else. It doesn't speak to his craft or to his skills. It's just him he's being too much in his head. As a keeper, you must have clear head. You must have that gusto to make those decisions without overthinking it. The moment he stops doing that, we'll be fine.
Yeah, so I really want to see, yes, because he's gonna be under pressure, for example, because he's just, and I think it's allowing to get to him, because when Onana started talking about saying he's here to play, he doesn't give, he doesn't care. When he started talking to the media, and I'm like, this guy's gonna be, the press are gonna like this guy because he's gonna say what they want to hear, and they're gonna write.
But that recording was with Inter Milan. It was old.
Yeah, that was a different one. Yeah, not exactly what he said, but when he was always like going to the media, talking to the media, some things he would say where they would say he wants to apologize, all those kind of things. There was no need for all of that, because you're just gonna like put yourself in a very bad place. So the thing is, you've made this error, just put your head down. Your team already have you down already. So just get going. Forget about everything that's happened, because the more you keep getting into that space of letting the media or what the outsiders are saying get to you, but you're really setting yourself up for failure. And that's why, because Giroud is up for Giroud won't cost as much as 15 million, but Giroud will give you clean sheets. Giroud will give you the deserve.
For 5 minutes that he played. Okay.
5 minutes that he played, bro. 5 minutes, you saw what he did now. You saw clear, you saw saves. You see saves.
I read somewhere where they said Onana was considering staying back in Manchester United, to work on himself more rather than go for the international.
I'm not sure that's going to happen.
I just hope not. He needs time away from United. Actually, that would do him real good. He needs time away. He needs to go to Cameroon, represent Cameroon and do all of that. They come back, anew and ready to, step on the challenge. Otherwise, let him sit on the bench and let's have Atia go in there and do his thing. And then, later on we bring him back in. He just needs time off to just, leave his head for a bit.
Like, I feel he just has to. There's no need saying he won't go to the Nations Cup, because the Nations Cup would distract him.
Yeah.
Where he would play more, and him saying, you can't even try it, and he's just trying to like work his way back into the Cameroonian national team. So he should just go. He needs that distraction. Go and play and forget about United and come back much better. Change your environment. I think that's gonna be fair. That's gonna be fair to him. Let's move to the Italian league. Rudy Garcia. I told you already, when the board said you have their full backing, just know that there's something about to happen. It has not happened yet, but it's about to happen. Napoli losing at home to Fiorentina. And it was a good thing seeing that Victor Osimhen returned to penalty duties.
Yeah, I wonder why he stopped in the first place. I mean, people miss penalty. You miss, you get back at it. I'm glad he's back, shooting the penalties and scoring. But that game was, I don't know. Garcia again did what he did against Bologna. The same thing, where you are in need of a goal, and then you take out the one trusted person that always shows up. You take him out. Every single time he does this particular thing. And they were 2-1 down, when he took out Osimhen in the 77th minute, and they brought in Simeone. And then from there on, they went ahead and conceded one more goal. And then the game,
so
3-1 loss.
it took out
He's
the fear
supposed to,
factor. It took out the fear factor now. So
Exactly.
he's supposed to
And
bring
so
in Simeone and add up with
to
Osimhen
pair
up
with
front.
Osimhen, yeah, because you need a goal.
Yes.
And this is your home for crying out loud.
And the home fans are right behind you. You're supposed to bring in a striker, not to replace a striker for a striker.
It was the same thing Osimhen was passing across against, I think it was the Bologna game, where he was talking about the same thing. Play two of us up forward rather than, taking me off.
Yeah. Football
And he did
sometimes,
the same thing again. And so,
yeah, Chris, football sometimes you have to sacrifice. You understand? You have to sacrifice. You watch those kind of games, you are losing 2-1 home, die minute. What you do? Sometimes you take off a defender.
of
You
course,
bring in an attacker. You play 2 up front. You play 3 at the back. You are home. The fans are right behind you. You are looking for a goal.
you push, you pressure the opponents to make mistake, and it was the same thing we did when we brought in McTominay. It wasn't coming in as a defender. It was coming in to support Holland. Martial also came in. So it's just, I don't know. I feel like he's not one to take criticism, and so he just goes ahead and does whatever he thinks he wants to do, and he does it, and it doesn't work, and then he has to bear the consequences. And in this case, the consequence might just be him losing his job.
I told you guys already. They'll sack that man, regardless of what he's saying or what he's doing. He's gonna be sacked. It's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, to see AC Milan top the table though it goes to show how much of the Italian league quality has somewhat dipped. AC Milan hasn't been in best of forms either, and they've managed to drag out a win regardless and top the table.
Because even the team that you think would pick up this season, Inter Milan, I don't know how they managed to draw this game to Bologna.
Who goes up?
They two goals. So me, I thought they had even won
15
already.
minutes, 2 goals up. 2 goals up, 30 minutes.
It's
And I now saw that they lost the
They
game.
had the F1 tree to draw.
They said they had the F1.
it's just terrible what's happening in Italy.
It's just still wow. It's just gonna be. So I just feel it's just gonna be a jolly good ride. At some point in time, there will be different people, different teams will top the table.
Yeah. Obong, you're absolutely right. I think this season, the Italian league, you can't predict. Because this week, Inter is doing well, AC Milan is not doing well. The next week, Milan is doing well, Inter is not doing well. Roma is also doing well, this is not doing well. I think the Italian league, it will be difficult to predict at early stages. Let me say, before you can predict, I think towards the end or middle of the season, that's when we can predict who will win the Scudetto or something like that.
Yeah, and also we need to talk about Romelu Bolingoli Lukaku. He can't stop scoring.
Yeah, I think Chelsea, Lukaku would have played well for Chelsea, because if you can see the up front, the current Chelsea up front, they don't have experience. No experience. The likes of Jackson, Broja, no experience.
Yeah.
I think Lukaku has done more better. But it's still do all credit to Lukaku, to Jose Mourinho. He's doing well at AS Roma. He's doing well.
Yeah, because I just feel Lukaku just needs a manager that trusts him and a working system. Because that's what's always worked for him. And he got that Inter Milan, and he's getting that now at Roma, because Mourinho trusts him and Mourinho doesn't have any other option aside Lukaku. So that's just shows why he's getting the goals and he's been able to like get into that rich streak at this point in time. And slowly, Juventus are quietly doing their own job on the side and just working their way through. Nobody's paying attention to Juventus, but they're just creeping up the table. They're third on the table.
Yes. They have that winning mentality. Juventus has that winning mentality that if they don't play well, they will still get the job done.
Like
by nicking a late goal or something like that. If you watch the game, Juventus against Torino, of which I watched, they didn't start with Milik was on the bench. They started with Moiskin up front. And when I looked at their substitute, Vlahovic was injured.
Yeah.
Vlahovic in the game. Vlahovic was injured. They had a scrambled goal earlier in the first half. The second half, immediately Milik came in, not more than 10 to 15 minutes, he got his goal and game off. They've had the game. I think Max Allegri is doing a really good job in that Juventus team. The crisis they are having with some of their players, the likes of Pogba having doping crisis. I thought Pogba would have done a wonderful job in that. Unfortunately for him, he's in the sideline. They are doing a great job, Juventus. All credit to Max Allegri.
Yeah, the organization has even come out. They've come out and they've backed Allegri. Saying he's going to win them more cups, more titles and stuff. And so, Allegri is doing a good job at Juventus.
Well, Allegri's job was never threatened at any point in time. Even when Juventus had that poor form, Allegri had always said he was not going to resign. He was not going to go anywhere. He was bent on continuing the job, and the Juve board obviously had that much trust and belief in him, so they don't sell him or anything to anybody.
Yeah, but they're not a high scoring team though, and that might be a problem for them down the line.
Yeah,
they need to find a way to score more goals.
Well, I feel as long as you're getting the win on the board, you're staying close. If it's the goals will come. It's most definitely needs to come, because just keep doing what you need to do. Stay close to the top. Just be there. Anything can happen. Like I said, the Italian league this season is going to be a toughy ride. Like, it's going to be a jolly good ride. Anybody can go tops at any point in time. You need to be ready to take your chances when it comes up. Right now, Roma are 10th on the table. 10th on the table. So it just tells you how the season has been. It's not really been like a straight or a smooth ride for anybody, for any of the top teams at the moment. So yeah, as time goes on, everybody would find their level. Everybody would
talking about Juventus not scoring.
Yeah, go ahead, Mario.
Very good attention. They don't consider much. Juventus don't consider.
Yeah, someone was trying to call me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true. They don't consider much.
They've considered just 6 goals.
Yeah, they don't consider that much. The defense line.
Inter really was of course considered less. Inter has considered
5.
5 goals. Yeah.
I think that's the problem. That's the problem with Roma, though. Their defense, they've always been conceding. It's
Roma has bagged
12 goals in just 8 games.
Goals.
That's a lot. That's a whole lot.
That's not a lot. That's plenty. It's plenty.
So they need to figure out, their back line and nip whatever issue is in the board and move on with it. There's no doubt in the quality of the big man up front, Lukaku.
Yeah.
If given the opportunity, 8 out of 10 times he would score, he would bag a goal, And so what they need to do is show off goals from entering, the net at the backside, and then keep feeding Lukaku. He would surely deliver. There's no doubt about that. They could just turn their season around. You never say never with Mourinho, so let's see how that goes for them. I mean, they're just 3 points behind Napoli, so they're not particularly very far off.
Yeah.
All the same.
So breaking news, guys. This is different away from football. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I just saw former Nigerian president Yakubu Gowon, so he's dead.
About time. Okay.
The looters.
These are people we read about, in primary school growing up, and we still have them leading the issues in our government today.
It's about time.
It's sad to see. It's about time they just, go off. Probably would celebrate more if we get more of this type of news. Because the country needs something to celebrate about.
So this is what you're celebrating. This is what you're celebrating on.
This is freedom in disguise, If only it went towards the direction of who. It would be amazing. It'd be like an independence gift.
I guess we don't know that. I think we've pretty much covered most of our rundown. Oh, yeah, not to forget. Yeah, I think we've not talked about one thing. The German League.
Yeah.
Boniface. I love that guy. The way he plays, the way he entertains the fans, wow, is absolutely on top notch.
But do you think Bayer Leverkusen can maintain this form till the end of the season? Because the thing about the German League,
doubt it.
The thing with German League,
I don't doubt it at all.
It's not
I don't think so.
Can they maintain this run? Because when
No. Yes. I don't think so. I don't think they can do it all the way.
Why not?
These
I've not
things,
seen
I don't know.
anything to suggest otherwise. I've not seen anything in their game that suggests they can't pull it off. I mean,
they are
they're very
playing
much consistent. They're consistent with even when they lose, you can see that they actually played beautiful football, even when they lose.
No doubt.
So it's. I don't see anything that will stop them. I don't see anything that would, get in their way. Would they win the league? Maybe not. But they will surely finish in top 2. It's looking very much like it. I mean, Dortmund is not having greatest of seasons, and so it's right there for Leverkusen to just cash in.
You also should not write Dortmund off and Bayern.
No, it's between Bayern and Leverkusen actually. So if Bayern doesn't do it, Leverkusen will.
I think Leverkusen will drop form, not now, but at some stage of the season. They will drop form, maybe due to injuries or fatigue. Because if you watch the Leverkusen squad, they don't have depth in their squad. Okay, if Boniface is to have injury, who is to replace Boniface? If we is to have injury, yes, who is to replace him? What about Jonathan Tah?
They have tons of goal scorers.
I'm talking about their players.
About the squad.
What about Frimpong? If Frimpong is to have injury, or Tah, Jonathan Tah, their defender is to have injury, who is to replace them? Palacio, who is to replace him? But if you look at this Bayern team, they have replacements everywhere. They have Tell coming up, of which we know he can score goals. Although he's young, he can score goals. If the likes of Thomas Muller or Harry Kane is not doing well, we always see they bring Tell second half and he scores. They have Sane,
So the thing is it's about consistency. I'm not saying they can't.
And also, is consistency and depth of squad. That's what City is doing. That have been running this league for a long time. City has depth of squad. If City is to have injury in one area, it won't affect them, as it will affect United.
Because we also saw what happened last season with Dortmund when on the final day of the league they blew it.
It does
Really all. So that's my problem. Like, can Leverkusen hold out to the very end? Like, hold out and get this done to the very end.
So I think what the coach Alonso is instilling in these boys is a system. So you're not seeing much of individual brilliance. What you're seeing is a system that works. And so if he slots in anybody else into that system, right, it looks like he will hold. You get me? Now we're seeing tons of players go on the score sheet. So it's not just Boniface or Frimpong, doing the scoring. Yeah. Teller is also doing the scoring. Palacios is also doing the scoring. Grimaldo is also doing the scoring. So you're seeing tons of players being able to do that. They're not doing that based off of individuality. They're doing that based off the system that they have going on.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's also been very good because they've been able to like share that responsibility of the goals. They've been able to like share it around the whole team. Because if Boniface is not scoring, like the past weekend before this period, but they still managed to get 3 goals or thereabouts. So it's that. And I think kudos to Alonso, Xabi Alonso. He's really he's doing
a nice job. My issue is just the depth of squad. I hope he doesn't catch up with them. I hope injury doesn't happen to their players. Injuries, because
I think they will fix. I think they will fix that in the January window, though. It might not be big names because he has shown that he doesn't need big names, to get results. So it might not be big names. It will just be people he feels that meets his entire setup. And so once he plugs them in, the system will continue to run regardless of whatever. But then again, there's still this early season mentality or ginger, with the old squad, and so things can change regardless. But
I hope they keep it off. I hope they keep it off.
Yeah, I hope they just stay in there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and this weekend is going to be very quiet because we'll just be having friendly games and the qualifiers. If there will be, I just check if there will be any. Yeah, it's basically friendly games this period. So next week might just be a very short version, but we'll still give it a go.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Talk about United's game with United with Nigeria's game with Saudi Arabia.
Is that this weekend?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Let me check.
I think that's supposed to be on the 12th. So that should be this weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
Right.
It's on a Friday, yeah. Friday.
Yeah, we also
on the 13th.
They're beating Nigeria, don't worry, they're beating you guys.
Yeah, that's why we'll have a lot to talk about because they will beat us.
Let's take quick predictions. Chris, what do you think?
I think it will be a 2-1 victory to Saudi Arabia
against Nigeria. Come on, guys. Come on. We have Osimhen. We have Lookman.
It's not even about that. It's about we've seen Saudi Arabia.
Simon Moses.
We saw Saudi Arabia in the World Cup. We know they have the grit to see out the game.
Team Nigeria all day.
What's your prediction?
I think it will be a game of high goal scoring. I think it will be 3-1 Nigeria.
Okay. So I just go with Nigeria 3-0. Nigeria will win 3-0. Chris is a unpatriotic man. We'll see. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It's a
I
friendly,
think with a
so
little
I'm not really freaked about it.
little time we have, I think we should talk about the champion. Let me stay around for like 3 to 4 minutes.
Which
Championship.
team is balling in championship? Leicester City.
Yes, we have Leicester City, we have Leeds United. They're also doing well.
Leicester City is like the only team that is balling in that. Okay, wait. Let me look at this. So we've got Leicester City, Ipswich, Preston. Leeds are far off in 5th.
But they are coming up.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough had a bad start, but they are picking off now.
Yeah,
they have. I think they've had 4 straight wins.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, win. But they have a long season.
Yeah, they had a bad start.
Championship is a very, very long. It's a very long
Championship.
season.
Championship is a league that I don't even like because the consistency is not there. Just few teams. Today they are playing well. The next day they are not playing well. I don't just know.
It's vibes and inshallah.
Yeah, just to Vincent Company went there and did magic.
Yes.
He was going to ball with. Just tells you the golfing quality between the championship and the
Yes.
Premier
League. You see all these teams. My problem with these teams is that you are coming from the championship to the Premier League. You have to invest in your squad. And that's what I still like Forest for. Nottingham Forest. They invested in their squad. That's what kept them up last season.
Nottingham Forest bought everybody that they can buy.
Yes.
Anybody that they say
This season they're also going to stay up. They're going to stay
You know
up.
why they did that? It was fresh money. It was new money coming in, and so it was possible to do that.
But Burnley also got that
They are
same
going to
money.
stay up also this season. With the squad of players they have, they're going to stay up this season also. Luton is going down. We all know Luton is going down.
They're all going down.
They are happy to just be here for one season. In fact, they are happy. It's not really.
When they don't invest the money, they can always use the money for other things.
But I don't understand how far off Watford has fallen. I can't even wrap my head around that.
Watford, they're 20th on the league in a 24
terrible.
league.
10 points in 11 games. It's like
Watford, they're running a consortium with Udinese, so they just in Granada, they just sell and move their players around. Since it's the same group of clubs, you just find that it's the same players that are moving around those 3 clubs. You just keep moving them.
It's crazy.
But it's so sad because, like, I don't know.
Watford sold their good players. They sold Ismail Assar to Marseille. They sold João Pedro to Brighton. You see, they sold their best players. So who is supposed to play for them? Who is supposed to play?
Same thing with Southampton.
They use that to run.
Still in their 10th position with 17 points.
Like,
generating just 4 wins from 11 games. You know, these are the teams you feel like they will put up a fight and they will make their way back into the.
For now, it just looks like it's only Leicester that looks like the serious team that is going to come back. That looks.
The coach,
come back.
The coach that went to Leicester is doing a good job. Guardiola and Tabewot is doing a good job. It seems Guardiola produces good fruits.
Unlike some people.
Yes, if you check his record, he's producing good coaches. The likes of Ten Hag.
Unlike some people.
Yeah, the likes of
the best.
All they produce,
so you know.
They produce pundits who just talk and talk.
Ten Hag is doing a good job. Arteta is doing a good job. The guy at Leicester, I don't know his name, he's doing a good job also. I think I will go and learn from Guardiola.
It's all good, guys. We've had an amazing run.
Yeah.
It's time for us to go.
Yeah.
See you guys again next week, same time.